The US dollar is currently on a path to become the most powerful or most expensive it's been in the last 20 years. To make America great again.
Why is it so expensive? How did it get this expensive? And what's going to happen next? Will the economy get worse? Who's going to get hurt? You really need to watch this video.
To support our in-depth research and predictions about what might happen to the economy if the US dollar continues to get this incredibly strong, please consider scanning this QR code. Or if you want to encourage me and the team to keep making fun and informative financial content like this, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right here so we can keep meeting up right here on this channel. So what's the deal with the US dollar? Is it gonna go up, crash, get stronger, or get weaker? Why do we even need to care about it so much? Mom, you really don't have to worry about it. I already told you, right? Don't joke around on a show that's supposed to be informative. And besides, it's not funny. The reason we have to care so much about the US dollar is because the US dollar is the reserve currency. It's the currency that every country in the world tries to hold on to show that their country is stable. The US dollar is also the official currency used in international trade. Most importantly, every single currency, including the Thai baht, is valued against the US dollar. Right now, the US dollar is really strong. The DXY index has almost reached a level higher than during the COVID crisis. If the DXY, or the value of the US dollar, hits 112, that would mean the dollar is at its most expensive point in the past 20 years, the highest since 2002, after the dot-com bubble crisis. But besides looking at the DXY chart, there's another chart that... The chart I want to show you is the Federal Reserve Board's Real Dollar Index. The Real Dollar Index means it's already adjusted for inflation. If you look at this chart, you'll see that the value of the dollar is now the strongest it's been in 40 years, or since 1973. For the dollar to get this strong, there must be something going on. President Donald Trump once said that the value of the US dollar is a bit overvalued. So how much is it overvalued? The IMF has reported that the US dollar is overvalued by about 10%. That's why Donald Trump intended to weaken the dollar a bit so it would be easier to sell American goods. But even though he wanted to weaken the dollar, for some reason, the dollar ended up being the strongest it's been in the past 20 years. Despite Donald Trump's efforts to bring manufacturing bases and various industries back to the United States, and his desire to weaken the dollar so that American products could be produced and exported at more affordable prices, giving the U.S. a price advantage and helping to sell more goods, which would bring profits back into the country, or at the very least, fulfill Trump's intention to reduce the trade deficit of United States, which has been running a deficit for so long, and it's massive, bigger than a crater left by a meteorite crashing into the earth. Just look at this chart. The U.S. has had a trade deficit since 1976. That's 50 straight years without a single trade surplus. How generous. What kind of country never makes a profit from selling goods, yet still manages to have such a strong economy? Let me show you another chart. This shows the reality behind why the US dollar is so strong. The red bars represent imports, and the blue bars represent exports. You can see that the US import bars are much bigger than the export bars, by a lot. That's because the dollar is expensive. And let me tell you, the fact that the dollar is this strong or this expensive isn't just bad news for the US export industry, but it's also bad news for people all over the world. If we look at this chart, you'll see that the value of the US dollar has been rising steadily over the past 10 years. It's gone up about 25%, and it started to climb even more sharply in 2023. If you zoom out, do you notice something? The DXY, or the US dollar index, always surges dramatically every time there's a global economic crisis. Even if that crisis starts in the United States, the dollar still gets stronger. That's because the dollar, it is a primary reserve currency. More specifically, it's because it's the world's dominant reserve currency. It is widely considered a safe haven, a reliable place where global investors park their money whenever a major crisis hits. But if you were to ask, hey, is there any other specific reason why the US dollar keeps getting stronger like this all the time? Does the US economic fundamentals support this? Yes. The fundamentals of the US economy, especially the numbers, really do contribute to the strength of the dollar. Whether it's real GDP growth, if you see the word real, it means inflation has already been factored out. You'll see that the real GDP growth of the US, shown by the red line, is high. It has the potential to grow higher than any of its group of 7 peers, especially since after COVID. The US economy has grown much more than its peers. And I have to say, this is quality GDP growth, because it's not just about the numbers or GDP itself. There's another factor that's also increasing, which is productivity. If only GDP grows, there could be reasons to question whether the economy is truly healthy. For example, if GDP is rising, is it just because more people are working? Or are people in the country working longer hours? Is it because there's more money or more borrowing or some special projects going on? Things like that, right? But if productivity or economic output is also improving, then that tells us there's a good chance that the GDP growth is actually high quality growth. So let's take a look at productivity, which is the economic output, whether it's goods or services. You'll see the productivity of the United States has surged ahead of its peers. Other countries, whether in Europe or the Group of 7, especially the United Kingdom, have seen their productivity grow and then just plateaued sideways for a long time, while the United States keeps growing. In fact, in Canada, productivity has even declined. So this is a simple reason why the United States economy, a strong economy, will attract even more investment. Just picture this. Suppose you're an investor, and there's a company that's clearly outstanding, ranked number 1, compared to companies ranked 2, 3, 4, and 5, which are just trailing behind. Which company would you choose to invest in? Most investors, unless they have some personal connection, will obviously pick the number 1 company, especially if it's way ahead of the rest. This is the basic reason why the US dollar keeps getting stronger. It went up about 25% over the past 10 years. But the dollar index shot up really steeply. That was in October 2024. In October 2024, there was already news coming out that, hey, polls showed Donald Trump had more than a 50% chance of winning the election. And then at the end of the year, during the election, the dollar index soared even higher after Donald Trump won. This became a clear indicator. The arrival of Donald Trump, along with all of his various policies, is what really drove the value of the dollar so high. Plus, the imposition of tariffs and trade barriers on countries around the world, combined with domestic tax cuts, when you put these two things together, they multiply the effect and lead to inflation. Starting with trade barriers. I've talked about this in several videos already, right? Trade barriers, you know. They imposed import tariffs on other countries, so goods coming into the United States became more expensive. And who ends up paying for that? The consumers. People have to buy imported goods at higher prices, and when things get more expensive, that's inflation. Then, on top of that, they cut taxes. When taxes are cut, it encourages more consumption, so people in the country start buying more. And when demand goes up, prices go up too. When things get more expensive, that's inflation. And as soon as inflation rises, the next thing that always follows closely is the interest rate. The policy rate has to go up too. And when the policy rate goes up, right, the interest rate is basically the return on the US dollar. If $1 offers a high interest rate, then more capital will flow into the dollar. And the more capital that flows into the US dollar, the stronger the dollar gets. It just keeps going up. Now, there have to be some benefits to having a strong dollar, right? So let's see who actually benefits when the dollar is strong. It's good for shoppers in the US who love buying stuff online from other countries. For them, it's great because they can shop for goods at lower prices. It's also good for companies that import goods into the US. They'll benefit too. So importers can bring in goods at a lower cost. Now let's continue. Who doesn't benefit when the US dollar gets this strong? Basically, everyone who isn't in those first two groups I just mentioned. If the dollar gets too strong, it could actually be bad for almost everyone else. Like in this video, when the dollar is strong, currencies around the world tend to drop together. And the countries that get hit the hardest by a strong US dollar are emerging markets are the countries hit hardest. And there are two simple reasons for that. For instance, Thailand is an emerging market, but is it a new market? It's not new, but we're still considered an emerging market. Now, back to why a strong dollar affects emerging markets, there are two simple reasons. First, when the dollar gets stronger, importing goods becomes more expensive, right? And the main product that most countries have to import is oil. Globally, most countries import oil in US dollars. Thailand is no exception. Thailand imports oil, paid for in US dollars. As oil prices rise, production costs and electricity bills climb. Expect a hot summer. When everything gets more expensive, oil, electricity, and goods, what follows is the second important point to consider about our inflation is that if the US dollar gets stronger, most investors around the world will be much less likely to put their money into emerging markets. They'll move their money into US dollars instead. So the capital that would normally come into Thailand will have a significantly more difficult time getting here, whether it's FDI, which is foreign direct investment, or other private investment from the business sector. Or the money that would have gone into the stock market won't come into the Thai stock market, and it won't go into the Thai bond market either. Or to put it more bluntly, saying that the money just isn't coming in is actually too positive. The reality is, the money that was already in the Thai market might even flow out. That's what we mean by money flowing out, right? Now, if anyone says, hey, I don't play the stock market, so this doesn't affect me or something like that, if a lot of capital flows out of the country and there's no money coming in for investment, the government will have to find ways to generate revenue. For example, just an example, I'm not saying this will definitely happen. They might raise taxes. Next, if anyone thinks, hey, a strong dollar should be good for Donald Trump, right? That's not true, because as I mentioned, Donald Trump actually wants to pull manufacturing bases from all over the world back to the US. Like assembling the Avengers in the US, uniting all industrial bases. Donald Trump isn't just thinking about domestic sales or creating a self-sufficient economy. No, that's not it. By bringing everything together, Trump must expect to export to other countries, right? But as I said, if the dollar is strong, who will buy? It's too expensive. And when the economy is down, people just don't have the money. People can adapt, you know? If buying goods from the US is this expensive, maybe we should buy something else. For example, some people might think, like Thais who love eating beef, they might say, yeah, US prime ribeye is great, but then they look at their budget a bit. They check their budget. Fan Yang Kham beef with spicy dipping sauce works too. All right, I'm hungry now. Perfect timing.